Hey, what's going on? If you want to get a complete system that makes melting fat easy and is 100% automated, then I want you to go to the link that's on the bottom of your page right now. YouTube doesn't let me make that link clickable, so you're actually gonna have to type it into your browser, or I also put the copy of the link in the description, so you can click on that or type it into your browser. Alright, for now, enjoy the video, and after you're done with this video, make sure to go to that link to get a complete fat melting system.
So right now, we're going to break down our striking stance, and then followed up with a couple cool punches, the two most basic but the most effective punches, which is our jab and our cross. And I'm going to break it down. Let's get into our stance. Stance is your most important thing. One, if you don't have a good stance, you're not going to be as fast, as strong. If you're off balance, you can't punch as hard, you can't move as fast, and you're really going to get hurt or get hit if you don't have a good stance. So stance is the base of everything. You know, all these advanced punches and these cool strikes and all that stuff. If you have no stance, you can't really throw those punches, and you can't do them effectively. If you ever seen good fighters like Anderson Silva, I mean, it's like he does magic tricks, like he'll move and hit you, but he always has a good stance. That's why he can like move into different angles and hit people out of all these crazy angles, because he's always ready to strike. So we want to make sure we're like that, and I'm going to break down our stance and some of the crucial details we got to make sure we pay attention to. So if you're right-handed, you're going to step with your right leg back, and if you're left-handed, you're going to step with your left leg back. All right. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to stand orthodox. The other position is called southpaw, but I'm an orthodox fighter. So the first thing you want to do is get your feet about shoulder width apart, stand like you're waiting at the bus stop. This is the best analogy you've ever heard. Just waiting for the bus stop. You're going to take your right leg, you're going to step it back, twist your feet 45 degrees, bring your hands up, make a fist. When we make a fist, fingers curl, thumb goes over top, okay? Fingers curl, thumb goes over top. When we're hitting, we want to always try to strike with these two big knuckles right here. Right, these two big knuckles. We don't want to hit with these littler knuckles. They break a lot easier. So when we're punching, we always want to cut. We want to twist. So we hit with those two big knuckles. Now, last thing with our stance is I'm at 45 degrees. Feet are shoulder width apart. I don't want my feet too close, because then I'm going to get tipped over or too far. And my back heel's off the ground. Okay, back heel is very important to be off the ground. There's only a couple cases where your back heel should be on the ground. Other than that, your back heel is always off the ground. We'll break down those scenarios later where a back heel hits the ground, but your back heel is always off the ground, because to move, if I want to move forward and my back heel is down, I need to pick my back heel up and then go forward. Same thing with backwards. If I want to move backwards, my back heel is down, I need to pick it up and then move backwards. And it's a waste of time. So we want to be as quick as possible. So my back heel is off the ground, so I can fire and move. All right? So back heel off the ground, bus stop stance, step back, 45 degrees, back heel off the ground, make our fist, and all we're going to do is just throw them up, chin, cheekbone, and I'm here. Okay, this is my stance. Elbows are down to protect my body, hands are up to protect my head, chin is down, okay, not crazy down, just relaxed down, heads up, shoulders relaxed. This is my most comfortable stance. Your striking stance should be your most comfortable position. This should not be your most comfortable position. This right here, I can stay here all day. Back heel off the ground, I got space in between my legs, I'm not crossed over so I don't fall over. Cool? So, here, this is our basic stance. Now let's go over moving, because again, that's the most important thing, moving our stance. So moving, if I want to move forward, it's very simple moving. If we want to move forward, backwards, left, or right, we just step with that foot first. So if I want to move forward, I step with the forward foot first. If I want to move backwards, backward foot first. Left, left, right, right. It's very simple. So again, we move forward, forward foot steps. And then I follow up with the back foot. Backwards, backward foot steps, left, right. All right. If we move, and if I'm moving left and I bring my right foot in and then left foot for this split second, I'm right here. Now I'm off balance. My feet are together. I can't throw all my strikes properly. All right. So you always want to be in your stance. So I move left, boom, and we take little steps. I take a big step. Now I'm wide, right, like a crab. Like a crab. So we got that down. Again, if I move to the left a lot, just left, right, right, left, right, left. So that's our stance. We can pivot, and we'll go into more detail later. But this is the most basic thing. Just bus stop, step back, 45, hands up, back heel always off the ground. We're moving. This is my stance right here. So it's very important that you practice your stance. Again, we have to have a base. Same thing when you make a car. you know, the body around it is just, you know, for looks, but the actual frame is what's, you know, holding the whole car together and what makes it perform. So this is your frame, the stance. That's your whole frame for your striking, your self-defense. If you want to do competition, whatever it is, you want to make sure you stay in the stance, you get a good stance down. And again, the most important detail, the biggest mistake I see with the stance is your heel. Everyone stands with that back heel on the ground, and people that do even keep it off the ground, they'll step and they'll land it on the ground. That's a waste of time. We want to like minimize our waste and keep it like optimal performance. So whenever I'm seeing an opportunity to strike, I can fire that strike. Okay. So next, let's get into our first punch. We punch it. Pretty much everyone starts off learning. Floyd Mayweather started off learning this punch. Everyone starts off learning it. So I'm gonna demonstrate and I'm gonna break it down. So it's our jab. Jab is our longest range weapon, normally our fastest weapon. It's a range finder. It keeps the distance. It's normally not a damaging punch, but you can still knock somebody out with a jab. One of our fighters here, actually his first professional fight, he knocked out the guy in 8 seconds with just a jab. So it's still a very dangerous punch, but we use it a lot of times to keep the range and set up our big power punches like our crosses and our hooks and stuff. So let's break down the jab. Jab. Here, when we jab, all our power with all the strikes come from your legs. Okay, legs are where everything, all your power comes. Doesn't matter how big you are up top. It's your legs, and how you then next it's your legs, then it's your core, then it's your shoulder, then it's your arms. So triceps, they have very little effect on making you strike. All right, so that's the last little detail. So it's our legs. So that meaning we want to incorporate these legs whenever we strike. It's our biggest muscle. So when I do this jab, it's not just here. I want to use my legs, and the way we do this is we're gonna start off with the basics first, and I'm gonna teach you one style of jabbing, and then later on we're gonna learn different styles. Okay, there's a bunch of different styles for every punch, but this is a style I like to teach my students first. I see the best results from this. So when we do this jab, what I want you to do is pretend like you try to scare someone. Try to scare someone, you stomp that front foot. We're not really stepping, we're just stomping it, and that's what's getting our momentum going. Bah! So I'm trying to scare someone. At the same time I'm trying to scare someone, I'm firing this jab straight out, twisting to hit the two big knuckles, and then bring it straight back in. So I'm gonna scare them, bah, bah, and I pop into my shoulder, boom, I'm twisting, all right? Right hand stays up, jab. Again, back heel's off the ground, jab, jab, and it goes straight out, straight back. It's very important. Okay, so let's go over a couple of the details, a lot of little mistakes that people miss. One, when we throw this jab, you have to keep your right hand up. When you're punching somebody, odds are that they're gonna wanna punch you back, and we don't wanna get hit. So when you throw this jab, I want to make sure I don't do something like this. I want to keep it touching my cheekbone. When you're just starting off, you want to try to always make sure your hands are touching your cheekbone. Because as long as you can feel them there, you're good. You know that they're there. But if you're always here, sometimes they're going to slowly work their way down, and we're building bad habits. And when you're first starting off, it's very important to keep those good habits going, so we never learn bad ones, and we only know our good ones. So hand up. We don't want to come here. We want jab. Okay? The other important detail is when we throw this jab, again, we're firing off at our feet. The other important one is when we throw it, we sometimes get out there really good, hit our target, boom, and we bring it back like so. We want to get out there as fast as possible and get it in even faster because we don't want to get hit. You know, more importantly than knocking somebody out is not getting knocked out. Because if I get knocked out, then I'm in a world of trouble, especially if, you know, self-defense, get knocked out, I don't know what's going to happen. So my hands are up. I'm going to lunge out there, do my scare technique. I'm going to fire straight out, straight back, right? No curling technique. Hand stays up, chin stays down, fire. Boom. Jab. 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 Okay? The other little details, whenever we're striking, we always want to exhale. Okay? You think, you know, it's for show when you see those boxers and professional athletes when they go, we always want to. Okay? So that's the jab. Last technique.
Hey, what's going on? If you're enjoying the video so far, do me a huge favor and click on the like button below. You'll get your good deed for the day out of the way. It helps me out a lot. Also, go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment. Something as simple as good video or I enjoyed the video. It really helps me out with YouTube. All right, here's the rest of the video.
To sum up this whole learning experience, you got your stance down. We got that first jab. We can keep our distance. We can punch a person, break their nose. All right. Next one, we're gonna learn our power punches, our cross. All right. It's your dominant hand. In my case, I stand orthodox. So my right hand. All right. This is our money maker right here, our cross. So the way we do the cross is I'm gonna demonstrate it first. I'm gonna break it down. All right. With the cross, we want to utilize, just like in all our strikes, we want to utilize our legs. But this one's cocked back here all the way, so it gives us more runway to get that power going. And on top of that, that's my hip that's backwards, the right side. So now I can twist that hip, get all my body into it using my legs, my core, my upper body, everything. And that's why people like, that's why kickboxing and boxing, really good workouts. It works your full body, and at the same time, you're learning good technique to defend yourself or to compete or just, make a unique workout. So with this cross, we have our hands up, like always, back heel off the ground, nice stance, okay? My body's profile, I'm not square, right? Hands are up, elbows down with the cross. The first step I want you to do just to learn this is to twist your back foot. All we're going to do is, my foot's pointing 45 degrees. I want to point straight. So here. All I do is twist my back foot, and when you twist your back foot, your shoulder rotates, and that's your power. Again, twist, back. And when you see my back foot, my back heel's off the ground, I'm twisting, staying on the ball of my foot. Again. Good. And all we're going to do now is as we twist, we're going to fire off our right hand, straight out, twisting those two big knuckles, straight back. Very simple. So I'm twisting, shooting that hand off there. Twisting, shooting that hand off there. And the same common mistakes are with this cross. One, you want to make sure that it goes straight out, straight back, gets back faster than it went out. And two, you always want to keep that back heel on the ground. Okay? And hands always stay up. So I'm not doing this kind of thing, or I'm not doing this kind of thing. Hands here, and my jab, cross. Step, twist. Step, twist. Get a little step, twist. That's our jab, cross. So those two techniques are the base for all striking techniques. They're extremely important. With these two techniques alone, you can knock out anybody in the world, all right? Doesn't matter who they are. If you land these two techniques, you're hitting those two big knuckles, and you hit them on the chin, you'll knock them out. And in the next video, I'm going to go over, more the unique and important spots to hit somebody. But right now, let's get into little workouts and drills that I'm going to show you that are going to help you get better at this technique. Now, a good drill for these techniques, for your stance and your jab cross, to build up that myelin, so this is instinctual and so you don't have to think about it, and you just show up and you got your jab cross and your stance, and it's automatically perfect. So that's where just like how we're trying to build the myelin for you to eat properly and stay in shape. This is one of the things that we're trying to build myelin in is our striking. All right, so. A good basic workout that I like, and the first drill I want you to do is just 5 minutes. I want you to put 5 minutes on the clock. This is your minimum workout. Minimum drilling for this technique is 5 minutes on the clock, and all you're going to do is practice on your stance. You're going to move, and then every 10 seconds you're going to throw a jab and a cross. Okay, it can be slow, it can be fast. I want you to focus on perfect technique and building proper myelin. Practice does not make perfect. You can practice 1,000 hours a day, and you're not going to have a good jab and not going to have a good cross. It doesn't necessarily mean you have a good jab and a good cross. What makes perfect is perfect practice makes perfect. All right? Because if I'm always practicing like this, a jab cross, it doesn't matter how long I practice that for, I'm always going to have that jab cross. So if I'm practicing here, jab cross, that's going to lead to perfection. All right? So if you can only go this speed right now, that's better than doing this right now. You understand? So I want perfect practice, and every single time, as you get better at throwing, slower, we pick up the pace. Bah, bah. But we're focusing on perfect. I'm focusing on my stance. Elbows in, hands up, chin down. I'm stepping with every punch. I'm twisting. All right? My hands are coming straight back to my face as quick as they came out. So that's what we got to do. So 5 minutes on the clock. Every 10 seconds, you're going to throw a jab cross. So it's going to look like this. You're in the stance. Now, key detail when we practice the stance, my heel never touches the ground. I never cross my feet. If I move forward, I step forward foot first, backwards, back foot first, left, right. All right? So hands are up. It's going to look something like this. I'm in my stance. I'm moving, jab, cross. Moving, never cross my feet, jab, cross. Moving, jab, cross. Moving, jab, cross. Jab, cross. And if you're to get a little more comfortable with it, you can stay in one spot, jab, cross. I go backwards. Jab, cross, I go left. Jab, cross, I go right. So it's very simple. You don't have to make it that intricate, but just 5 minutes on the clock. You're doing jab, cross. You're going to move, jab, cross. Move, jab, cross. Move, jab, cross. Just for every 10 seconds of the 5 minutes, you're going to give me a jab, cross. And if you want to do more, no problem, do more. But 5 minutes minimum just to start building that myelin for your stance and for your jab cross. And perfect practice, key details, back heel off the ground, feet shoulder width apart. We never want to cross our legs, hands up, chin down, hands always stay up as we're punching, go straight out, straight back. Now to strengthen this jab cross and to strengthen your stance, I like to use workouts to do this, and workouts that are functional workouts. So they're designed specifically, right now we're focusing on our jab cross and our stance. This workout is designed specifically to strengthen that stance, to strengthen that jab cross, make it faster and stronger, and at the same time get you ripped up and in shape. And at the same time, you're building that myelin for that jab, building that myelin for that cross, and for your stance. So there's no better way to work out. We're doing we have so many benefits and no negatives. So this is the workout. You're doing 50 and 50, all right? I have a weight. This is a 2-pound weight. You can do whatever you'd like. Again, it's just whatever your fitness level and comfort level is right now. You can always up the pace. I just grabbed the 2. Right now, what we're going to do, I'm going to demonstrate the workout, and then you're going to do it. So squat stance, back straight, butt down, head up, hands up. Always stay next to my chin, so I'm building that myelin, keep my hands up. Squat, in my stance, cross. Back in my stance. Squat, in my stance, cross. Back in my stance. Squat, in my stance, cross. Okay? When I throw my cross, everything's perfect. Back heel's off the ground. I'm rotating straight out, straight back. My hand stays up. This hand stays up. And I get back into my squat stance. So all we're doing is building up the myelin to get in a proper stance. So I'm squatting, strengthening my legs, because again, all our power for our strikes and all the power for pretty much everything involving kickboxing, striking, and Muay Thai comes from your legs. So hands up always, building that myelin. Squat, all the way down, back straight, butt down, head up. On the way to the heels, I come up, and when I come up, I want to do a little hop into my stance. Boom. Get my stance down, okay? Nice shoulder width apart, back heel off, staggered stance, feet pointing 45 degrees, body profile, hands up. Right here, I'm going to give a power punch, okay? Power cross. Wah. Then a little hop, back in my stance, back in the squat stance, squat. Okay, we're doing it 50 times with the cross and 50 times with the jab. Jab, same thing, hands up, squat, little hop in my stance, jab. Squat, jab. Squat, jab. And this is really going to build up that shoulder, your deltoids, going to tone them up. Same time, we're strengthening that cross, getting the speed and the power down for that cross. And we're working our legs, going to tone up our legs really nice and make us so we're faster and stronger at doing the jab cross, and our stance is going to be a lot better. So it's a really good workout. I like to do them, you can do it with 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, whatever you're comfortable with. I also like to do it in both hands, hold the weights even when I'm just doing the cross. So it strengthens those deltoids a little more, our shoulders. But 50 with our cross, 50 with our jab. Again, perfect practice leads to perfection. Not practice leads to perfect. Perfect practice for perfection, all right? as a tongue twister. All right, so I'll see you for the next video. Really practice this. You got your stance, most important thing, and jab cross, the 2 most basic, most effective punches you could do.
Hey, real quick, one more thing before you go. I want to make sure you know that there is no correlation between how hard you work and how much fat you melt or how much muscle you build. All right, there's enough science, enough data out there that there's absolutely no correlation between hard work and results. All right, there's a difference between movement and achievement. All right, if you want to learn my best tips, what I call the 5% hacks that allow you to get maximum results, maximum fat loss, maximum lean muscle gain, I want you to go to the link that's on the bottom of this page, or you can click on the link in the description. All right, you're going to get a complete system for melting fat in an intelligent and streamlined system. I'll see you there.